I mean, you look how gutted Bielsa was with one of those misses because he knew what was going to happen after that. And he knows that Tottenham have got better players than Leeds. When you've got 3 centre-backs out injured and you're Leeds and you're a newly promoted side, how do you think you're going to get on against Kane and Son? What's the likelihood? Did anybody really predict that Leeds were going to go to Spurs and win the game? Even if they'd shut up shop, with 3 centre-backs out injured, how are they meant to shut up shop? Do people not understand football? It's just unbelievable. Right, Leeds' priority at the start of the season, after coming up, what's that? It's survival. Bearing in mind, short pre-season as well. So it's a very different season. So the newly promoted clubs are all going to struggle. And look at the other two. Look at the other two and how much they're struggling. Leeds United are on 23 points. 12 points. 4 wins above the relegation zone. And people are saying, oh, they need to change. Do you understand anything about football? Leeds' priority was survival. Bielsa's priority was style. They've got both. What's the problem? I don't get it. What's the problem? Nobody's explained it to me. Why have they got to change?
Well, it's not a problem, Aid. It becomes a problem if they were losing the other games, but they're not. So they're playing a style of football that Bielsa wants to. They're playing a style of football that's getting a lot of praise. And as long as they're beating some of the other teams like they are doing, because when they do get it right against some teams who just can't handle the intensity and the pressing of Leeds United and the style of football, they will score goals, right? But when he comes up against tactically a coach that loves a team that go and play that way, and he's proved it against the very best, Mourinho, when a team plays that way, he can just counter them with that. He knew exactly what he was doing, Mourinho, and he probably thought he was quite sure he was going to get 3 points in that game going into it. I think that's some of the criticism from pundits, isn't it, on Bielsa, but he's so stubborn he won't change. He doesn't want to. This is the way he wants to be remembered, as a coach who plays that high-tempo, high-risk football that is brilliant to watch, that should have pundits left, right and centre praising the team that are going to play that way. Because if he had players like De Bruyne in that side and Sterling, right, and Torres, and players like that, it would be different. He wouldn't be getting beat by Tottenham on the break. He'd be scoring 7.
And I think it was mentioned to me earlier that Leeds are going to struggle against all the big boys. Well, they lost to a last-minute goal at Liverpool, first game of the season. They drew 1-0 at home with Man City in one of the best games you'll ever see. So I don't think that's true. Yes, they've been walloped a couple of times. Newly promoted sides get walloped sometimes. West Bromwich Albion are looking doomed at the moment. Fulham are in the bottom 3. They came up with Leeds, who are 12 points above the bottom 3. Please, as neutrals, shouldn't we just stand back and admire what's going on? Because he is marrying really good football with survival. And yes, did you think Leeds... I mean, Agbonlahor talking about top 4. Who said Leeds top 4? Realistically, nobody. I mean, nobody thinks a newly promoted side ain't going to get top 4.
There was some Leeds fans getting carried away thinking they were going to get in Europe, right? I'm no football expert, Ed, but I said at the start of the season, get anywhere near top 10, a 10th place would be a miracle for Leeds United. And I stick by that. And where they are at the minute, 12th. They're comfortable. Same points as Arsenal and West Ham. People are talking about West Ham having a great season so far.
Just 3 points ahead of Leeds. That's
3
it.
3 points ahead of Leeds.
Leeds are above Wolves.